viewers. Today we are discussing about the project VANET based vehicle tacking on message authentication and secure navigation route. In the name itself, you know about that VANET is the latest technology followed in all the world consumers. VANET is referred to as a vehicular ad hoc network and vehicle tacking. You know the tacking signal which already fixed in a vehicle device is also known as tamper proof device, which already fixed in a vehicle. This is a device used to get the communication between the roadside unit and along to the centralized server known as a trusted authority. Now, World Health Organization reports 4% of accident in 4% of accident is only based on a traffic accidents. Also, this top of this, many traffic safety are offering some of the services like traffic information, entertainment, vehicular internet service. Although these are providing, but accidents are still occurring. So these accidents are occurred based on a driver don't have a complete picture of a roadside. So only they have followed a VANET technology. So in a VANET, how the VANET works in real-time communication among vehicles, roadside unit can help the driver to have a full information on road condition, and also a VANET deals with the network that enables real-time communication between the vehicles and the roadside unit. So the vehicle can send the information to the roadside unit until it reaches the destination roadside unit. So VANET is an enabling technology for the most important known as intelligent transportation system, and we are following we can go through this objective so we can able to explain clearly. And this is a main objective or abstract which can follow in a VANET in a computing real-time conditions. It is not achieved using a GPS. So in this project, propose a navigation scheme that utilizes online road information, so that collects the VANET to guide the driver's desired destination in real time and a distributed manner. Initially, a vehicle should be authenticated by trusted authority. So in this concept, my project will be occurred. A vehicle should authenticated by trusted authority. So we are the roadside unit, and then that navigation query sent through roadside unit through tamper-proof device, which already said to you is already fixed in a vehicle for identifying best destination route. After authentication, so authentication refers to as every user should register with the trusted authority. So only that we can able to send information or any query to the other vehicles. So after authentication, trusted authority generates a re-encryption key to request vehicles for encrypt the query. So based on the vehicle request, the roadside unit identify the shortest path until it reach the destination roadside unit by passing this query to vehicle or to the vehicle to roadside unit, and the request to the neighbor by via travel through the neighboring roadside unit. After identification of shortest path, it sends the encrypted message to the requester vehicle by using re-encryption key as followed. Okay, by using a re-encryption key as followed. After identification of shortest path, it sends the encryption message to request vehicle using re-encryption key, and finally it decrypts the message. So the user can want to show them visible the message and all the thing by using its have to decrypt the message by using its own private key. Also, my project will establish have to check the network of vehicle speed. So in case network will allocate the shortest path, means a vehicle try to move over speed, or in case has to happen the traffic accidents. So these can be avoided the accident based on a predecessor and successor method by using the vehicle speed to calculating method using chord algorithm. Okay, let's see my existing systems so you can able to know about the before of this project. So these are the literature surveys as followed I include in this my project. Let's see the existing system. So in this existing system, computing in many existing system, real-time road condition is really tough. So and it is not achieving using GPS. Even though nowadays vehicles can fix a GPS, but they show the visible route. But if there is any block, means it will not show in a GPS. So this navigation scheme that utilize online road information collected by a vehicular radar network, that is a VANET, to guide the driver for desired destination route. However, in this case, a malicious node can create a multiple virtual identities for transmitting fake messages using different forged version. So this can be possible in this method before introducing into a VANET. A malicious vehicle can disseminate false traffic information in order to force other vehicle and vehicular authority to take incorrect decisions. Okay, these are the some existing systems which occurred in this my before of the project. Next. And these are the some advantages on the following existing system. As let I say, the easy collection of online information, privacy protection is more, and navigation query results are properly secure. But also it has some more disadvantages as follow, like timing consuming process, communication overhead also high, provides a less security. These have to note that it provides a very less security. And let's see my proposed system of the project. Let the proposed system, initially, a vehicle should authenticated by trusted authority. As previously I said that every vehicle should register with the trusted authority, so that we can able to send an information from a roadside unit, trusted authority to roadside unit. So only then the navigation core is sent through roadside unit through the tamper-proof device for identifying the best destination route. After authentication, trusted authority generates a re-encryption key to request a vehicle. So based on the user query, it sends the requested vehicle to the roadside unit by traveling via neighbor roadside unit until it reaches the destination roadside unit. So based on the vehicle request, contacted roadside unit identifies the shortest path to reach the destination roadside unit by passing the vehicle request until it travels via neighboring roadside unit. After identification, of the shortest path, it sends an encrypted message to the requested vehicle by using a re-encryption key method using to send the requested vehicle for security purposes. So in this, by using of this method, we can able to neglect the malicious vehicle cannot intrude this type of information, and they are not see the information, they are not able to visible these messages. Finally, it decrypts the message using its own private key. Also, the network can able to check the each vehicle speed. So for avoid the accident, I already told before, based on the predecessor and successor method. So using I am following my algorithm, that's a chord algorithm. So my also you're implementing based on a priority of vehicle movement. So the first gives a registered vehicle can give the more priority, and registered give the less priority. So here network gives a high priority for in case of emergency vehicle like ambulance, fire engines, etc. For this it will give the highest priority, and it gives a registered vehicle as a medium priority, and it gives a low priority for unregistered vehicle. So these are my advantages which followed in my proposed system. It's timing consuming process and less communication is occurring. Speed capability will be more high in this, and it provides a high security. Utilize that, it provides very high security. And using of this manner, vehicle can direct communicate with each other, and also roadside infrastructure. In this case, we can able to communicate vehicle to vehicle communication and vehicle to infrastructure communication based of the using a protocol like DSRC, dedicated short range communication protocol they are following. Okay, let's see my architecture. You can able to know clearly. So here is my vehicle is there, and here is a roadside unit will be there, and each of them areas there are separate of roadside will be there. This is the trusted authority used as a centralized server. So here my vehicle want to go to this source to destination. I'm traveling over here. If there any block is there, means immediately it will occur to this roadside unit, and previously itself my GPS will intimate me there is a block in there, so I can take an alternative route and can follow through my destination easily. So using of this image, we can able to clearly understand what is the using of my project. Next, yeah, this is also my system architecture, which I explain and clearly in a block diagrams. You can view clearly. And next, see this on a vehicle to vehicle communication. How the vehicle to vehicle can communication? If the vehicle has traffic information about the traffic information, we can able to send through this vehicle also. This are following this by using us as trusted authority, which has a centralized server, and this the vehicle to infrastructure communication. These which can send the information from roadside unit. By using of this also, we can able to view the information. And next, my modules. In this my project, they are following some of the 5 modules I am explaining, like vehicles key assignment. In this case, I have to explain the trusted authority and how the keys are generated. Next one, vehicles encryption based on a roadside unit, how the encrypting the vehicles query and sent through the roadside unit. Next, path identification and decryption, how this path will be identified and how the message can be decrypted and sent to the requested vehicle. Next one on this priority based vehicle movement. If the decrypt the message and have to set the priority, only then have to vehicle has to be moved. Next, verification of vehicle speed based on a chord algorithm. Okay, in this all these modules I explained one by one clearly, you can able to understand. Next is we have to know about what is the trusted authority. Trusted authority is an essential entity, okay, in VANET, which provides identity for vehicles and monitor the network. Every person has to register the register the user ID to the trusted authority, so that it will allocate a separate table, and it will monitors the each of the movement and possibles of the directions, and whether a door is open or not, and I'll calculate the speed. All the things it can be noted. Trusted authority is responsible to solve any dispute. If any dispute is happened, trusted authority is responsible because it has a centralized server. And there are many possible candidates of trusted authority, like current road and transport authorities, automobile manufacturers, and trusted third parties, etc., etc. Next, we have to know about the vehicles key assignment. Okay, vehicles in this module, how the vehicles construction has happened and how the key is assigned. In this module, root has many number of vehicles and their details. Okay, it maintains a vehicle connection detail also. Vehicles are connecting with other vehicles in all possible route ways, and all the vehicles register in a trusted authority. It has to be important, and trusted authority will maintain the revocation list, which I already told you, for vehicle details and status, and every vehicle movement are required. It all has to be noted in that table. Trusted authority generates the re-encryption key, that is a secret key, for each vehicle, and it secures the vehicle query. For in this case, there is no possible of malicious node or malicious detection has to be happen in this moment. Next one, my module is and these are the some of the previous module I explained in my many possible way of keys. Next, second one is vehicles encryption based on roadside unit. Before entering that, we have to know about the roadside unit. Roadside unit is a static component that serves a gateway of a VANET, and also the connection to the, it always have the connection to the internet. It is involved in a traffic associated, like a vehicle to roadside infrastructure communication and a vehicle to vehicle communication. Roadside unit are the main tool by the authorized authority to carry out some administrative tasks, such as solving some disputes. Next one, vehicle can check the identifier of the roadside unit that encode the public key, and roadside unit has a own temporary ID. That is a vehicle, each vehicle request users have the separate ID, so that in case any vehicles requested as sent to the vehicle, means it has use of this ID only we can able to view the message. The vehicle that send the notification message that belongs to group that send the message frequently. Okay, next one. Yes, vehicle encryption. In this module, vehicles will give a query to roadside unit, so for identifying best destination route and destination needed a response from roadside unit. So roadside unit should verify the vehicle ID, which I already told you, based on trusted authority. After verification of vehicle ID, the roadside unit receives the vehicle encryption key to encrypt the vehicle query from trusted authority. Roadside unit encrypt the user query, then the query is passed to the destination through the neighborhoods, which I already explained in previous itself. Next, my third module is to be priority based vehicle movement. Sorry, I have to explain about path identification decryption. Totally forgot about that. In this module, destination roadside unit find the shortest path based on a query traveling path. Then it sends the required path to the vehicle through the neighbor roadside unit. Finally, vehicle receives the encryption query. Then it decrypts the query based on its own private key. So I already told you how the vehicles which previously send the re-encryption key, and each of the based on a vehicle request, it will allocate the path separately. Then finally, vehicle receives the encrypted query. Then it decrypts the query based on its own private key. After decryption, vehicle moves one network to another network freely. Next one, another module is priority based vehicle movement. So in this module, the network allows each vehicle based on a priority. So which I already told you previously, network gives high priority for emergency vehicle like ambulance, fire engines, etc. It gives medium priority for registered vehicles who's registered with the trusted authority, and it gives a lower priority for unregistered vehicle based on a priority based vehicle movement. So in case we can avoid some collisions or accidents, all the thing. Next one, my module is verification of vehicle speed. Here we can how the vehicle's speed can be monitored by using the chord algorithm. In this module, the trusted authority fixed the vehicle average speed to travel in the network. Although vehicle movement has to be monitored by the network, each vehicle speed and also has to be monitored by using chord algorithm. Based on a chord algorithm, network monitor the predecessor and successor method, the speed, and can be calculated to detect the current and of how the vehicle has to be traveling at current vehicle speed. Suppose the vehicle moves high speed, means the network block that vehicle based on this method, predecessor and successor method. Okay, and these are my 5 modules has to be explained clearly in this my project. And let's see about these are the snapshots which are included in my project of all regarding about all the modules. And let's see my conclusion future elements. Before of this, you can have to show about that how my project is explained. Here my explain my project based on my NS2 concepts, NS2 software. So here you have to know about how the NS2 has to run and how my project has to be explained in my NS2 software. Okay, let's I open my Cygwin process. Let's see where it will come. Cygwin is open. It will give the file name like okay, it's coming. Let's see, there's an administrator. I have to type as start x win dot bat. This is open after of my Cygwin sir. So it will open like a one compiler. Wait, has to come. That compiler box only I have to type all these commands. Okay, let's minimize this. Okay, here I have to type cd space c colon enter. Next in this C because why have in type C means in this C drive only I included all my files of NS2. So that next cd space Cygwin CYGWIN. Okay, Cygwin. Next cd space home. In this next in the home folder only I included next cd space administrator in my administrator. Next cd space in this administrator I attached I have to know the folder name. So once I have to check my folder name, go to my computer, local C and Cygwin home administrator. Here, okay, phase 1. In this phase 1 I attached all my modules of this concept. You have to, if we run this means we have to clearly see the output of my project. Okay, let's see if I type phase 1, enter. Next you have to run this ns program. We are running means you have to type ns space filename dot tcl, vspn as my file name dot tcl. If we type means it will come nam for process. Nam is network administrator, network animator. It will take some time to open it and by using of this VANET project it will clearly reduce that malicious vehicle will not come through this to this network, and it will not block this all this. We have to reduce some disadvantage. All the thing will happen before have this my I have to see this after conclusion and future enhancements. You have to know that before I have to, after this project also some will do about the VANET project. It will clearly explains them. In this my conclusion shows that the system will promote most of the security primitives are adopted based on a non-trivial method to repeat same following techniques the like some following techniques which are followed previously, and thus the navigation queries and the results are properly protected from unauthorized person because vehicle navigation query cleanly link up in own identity based on the trust authority. The message authentication is sent towards the tacking signal and information is generating to roadside unit. We have to wait this NAM process. It will take some time. Let's see about this conclusion process. So where it stop the although both the privacy root and security requirements will produce more efficient to the system. But in order to make sense, vehicle will transmit the information to neighbor vehicle to the navigation query and receive the notification. Both produced in limited period. In practically, the scheme adopts to a lower state systematic development approach. Also, the vehicle moves freely from one network to another network. This which all this explained in previous itself. Note that the VANET concept applied through many development areas in which a trust authority generates route searching procedures, collects all the information about vehicle speed, status, area specification, movements, traveling, direction. All the things are frequently monitored by this using of algorithm, chord algorithm. So in this VANET process, VANET technology, many developed countries have many developed countries have founded most of the important following in this specification in this VANET. Okay, next the message authentication is simple between each vehicle because used near verification from trust authority. Trust authority is always also known as a certificate authority because it's used as act as a centralized controller, and this result as a provides which always in a digital signature format. Okay, let's see this network animator process is open. Let's minimize this. Okay, here the my file name has opened. Okay, let's play this one. I'm forwarding some. So here you know that this is the trusted authority which mainly act as a centralized server. Here each number of vehicles has to be connected. Yeah, totally 8 vehicles has to be waited for this registered. All the vehicles are registered with trusted authority, and all the vehicles are based on request shortest path. You have to ready to movement, and these are the roadside units which are connected in a previous manner. Next, I'm little bit forwarding, right? So every day vehicles are frequently sent messages and the details are updated simultaneously. So each number of 8 vehicles will be there. Each vehicles also has to be send the details to the trusted authority to the roadside unit, and all the details are updated at a time frequently. So if this vehicle send a query to this roadside unit, means it will forward it to other neighbor roadside unit and will forward to another neighbor roadside unit until it reach all the roadside unit. You have to reach the destination roadside unit, and frequently all the details are updated from with this vehicle's roadside unit. In this previous module only I've explained in clearly of all these modules. So in this my phase 1 all the modules are combined into one. I am explained clearly about this my project. So here query is sending, you have seen that, and vehicles source vehicle, its ID has been generated. So based on this ID only the trust authority sent a query through the vehicle to the roadside unit, and there's a query to this roadside unit and its verification, and it sends a re-encryption key. So the query is transmitted to the next roadside unit and sending a verification and send using a re-encryption key method. And same method has to be followed for all the roadside unit until it reaches the destination roadside unit. That query has to reach the destination roadside, and the destination roadside find the shortest path. Mean it sends another encryption key method to follow the all the neighbor roadside unit until it reaches the destination process. Next, user has to view the message, means you have to decrypt the message by using its own private key. So little bit forwarding, right? So in this vehicle 1 as readily standing to, we have to move the get the shortest path distance. So vehicle 1 has already registered with trust authority. Vehicle 1 is ready to move into the roadside unit, but on next all the key is sending to the query and is verified, and with the re-encryption key sending verified with the re-encryption key, and these are the process which already reached into the destination unit, and it again passed to the source side unit, which vehicle 1, if the reaches means vehicle 1 can be able to move. Yeah, vehicle has moved. You see the vehicle has moved and the query is passed. So the vehicle 1 has moved at a time. Vehicle 2 also is ready to send the vehicle 1 has moved, and vehicle 2 has also saved moved at a time, so it can send shortest path distance. Here also at the same time vehicle 4 and 5 also moving, so here also they have received the shortest path distance. So at each vehicle, if the vehicle has move in the same direction means it can able to happen a collision or some accident will be present. So these vehicles has been vehicle 1 and vehicle 2 has stopped. Sorry, I think vehicle 10 and 11 has stopped. So and the move passes in between means so we can reduce collision and accidents. If they don't move clearly means definitely some the collision will happen. Next, it passes means by vehicles detection and vehicle at the same time the roadside unit also by calculating how the able to user to send the shortest path distance all the time. By using, if they send means if there any block is there means the readily roadside unit have to calculate and have to show the another shortest path distance. By using all the this is happened by using and the using of method by predecessor and successor method I followed. Okay, the roadside unit. Here the roadside unit is following the chord algorithm, so also the network calculate the current speed of the vehicle movement and the status and about the vehicle speed and about the door movement and how the vehicles has been moved, how the kilometers amount of traveling, all the thing has been noted in a separate revocation list has to be followed. Okay, and this is my all project of VANET which all the modules has been showed in this project concept, how the vehicle has to be constructed and how the vehicle has sent a re-encryption key method and how the path identifier and decryption the method and how the vehicles has to be move the based on a priority method and how the vehicle has to be calculate the speed by using the chord algorithm. Okay, let's stop this thing and here so I have to stop my conclusion method. So in my conclusion I have in future sorry in conclusion I have stopped in this digital signature. How in large cities VANET operate in centralized approach. To implement this scheme, the network must be scalable and it has to increase performance furthermore. So in this future enhancement, VANET has to extend the method to investigate how best to address efficient of user revocation issues, dynamic addition of attributes, and secure vehicle-to-vehicle communication. So in future, VANET improves the scalability in a periodic manner. So after in the future also VANET has most leading technology in this world. Also VANET has to before in this project also VANET also become more utilities by using a big by using of this VSPN followed vehicular secure privacy networks and in future we will extend our efforts by using the best address of this transportation scheme. Next and I have included some of the reference of this project which has to be taken noted from my project to complete my project and okay, yeah, hope you enjoyed this project demo. And you have to when you are doing this VANET concepts and you are doing about a VANET project also this video will be clearly explained to you. And thank you users, take care and bye, enjoy.